8th December 1980, evening session begins.
December 8th, 1980, evening.
Is that Guru's fond concept?
Yes.
So whatever concept he like, he gives as mantra.
Right.
You feel me tangibly. You look at me. You think I am there. But actually I am not. In my true state I am not. For example, he says, though presently I am in the country of human beings, I don't belong to the human species. Now you are probably say American. You have come to India. Though you are in India, you are not Indian. Like that. Without that you have no experience. Do not know that you are. Then on what are you going to meditate? And who is going to meditate? If you do not feel the knowledge you are, how can you meditate? Oh. The trouble is, you have the knowledge you are, but you got that mixed up, the knowledge you are, with the bodily identity. The moment you think you are, you think as body. Hence the trouble. You observe the world, you observe the body. Why? Because you are. You observe the body as well as you observe the world. Because you are. You know you are. You know you are. With this, you know you are, you know everything else. First of all, you must know you are, then you observe or experience or know anything else. That is the primary equipment. In the absence of this primary knowledge you are, you cannot have any knowledge. Here body is not going to help you. But in the body, the knowledge you are, the presiding principle must be there. That which is asking this question, that itself you are the knowledge. Who is asking the question? Only that knowledge you are is asking this question. Third, hence all the troubles for you. If you have not understood what you are, how can you take this responsibility of removing the poverty of the world, the suffering of the world? If the knowledge you are is not alive and kicking, would you be able to come here? He again repeats, if the knowledge you are is missing, how would you come here? Why would you come here? Oh. So the primary capital with me is this knowledge I am. मी असलेलं ज्ञान समजू झालं? He says he is your friend. When he is your friend, because you have the knowledge you are. You know you are. Because you know you are, you can be a friend to somebody. And your friend has the knowledge that he is, and you know you are, that's why you could be friends.
Yes, sir.
The consciousness forgets itself, the I amness. That means the mind is there with the contents of the mind. In meditation, mind contents are vacated. Therefore, you attend that type of a peace in meditation.
Therefore what?
You attain peace
Yes.
in meditation because the mind is vacated.
Yes.
Consciousness forgets itself. He said you meditate with the full understanding that you are the knowledge, manifest dynamic knowledge I am, not body. Don't meditate on any objective thing except on the fact that you are the manifest knowledge. I am only, free from words.
Is it necessary to
Aren't you? You know you are sitting here.
Yes.
But do you repeat that I am sitting, I am sitting?
No, I know
But
I
still you are sitting.
I know I am.
And you don't repeat, I know I am also. Without that, you are. There are the thoughts flowing,
Yes.
but you don't discuss thoughts. You don't discuss with them. They are just moving about. You are not getting involved with the thoughts. So in due course, it will be thought free.
Be the observer.
Are there two different types of satsang? Interior and exterior? Internal and external?
Now in satsang.
आता हा सत्संग आहे आम्हाला.
But
Now, you know, you have already known that you are a male person. You are a male person.
yes, yes.
Now, that a male person is always with you. That is your ever satsang. You know you are. Without body and without mental modifications, whatever you are, that is you are. See that you are only. Be always associated with that you are, bereft of the body and mind modifications. That is internal satsang. That is the aim. Thus, when you go deep inside, you are going to have that eternal satsang. The whole project is to abide in eternal satsang. Whatever you are trying to have satsang externally is temporary, time bound.
Yes.
So from time bound state, you are diving deep inside, so you stabilize in the eternal satsang. That is again you.
Yes.
आहे कसं आहे मला फरकाचं जवळ रुपये नाही आहे कसं आहे कसं आहे You see now, this is rather subtle. In spirituality, you cannot become something. You cannot become something. Finally, you have to be what you truly are. So just be in acceptance. Without rejecting or without accepting, just be. The technique, path, all these things are normally asked when one identifies with the body-mind. From the body-mind state you ask what is the path, what is the technique. So when you are asked to surrender body-mind and just be, there is no question of path or technique.
दृश्यमय आहे दृश्यमय आहे दृश्यमय आहे काय त्याच्यामध्ये जी जाणीव आहे तेव्हा मला उत्तम दृश्य आहे तोपर्यंत दृश्य नाही तोपर्यंत जाणीव आहे विश्वामध्ये जाणीव आहे आणि जाणीवेमध्ये सगळं काही आहे आणि दृश्य अदृश्य आहे हे दृश्य मानव आहे जातीने असं दृश्य आहे जेव्हा दृश्य निर्माण होते तेव्हा दृश्यामध्ये चैतन्य या जाणीव निर्माण होते दृश्याची जाणीव
Well, individual principle is the presiding principle in us. But how to locate that? To locate that you have the manifest expression of it, which is visible, which is tangible. Now this is the tangible expression of that presiding invisible principle. Without this tangible, whatever it is, that invisible principle will not be there. This is something like a container. The container must be there to contain that beingness. Now between the two, don't hang on to the container, but just be that principle inside.
तू पण गरज नाही तुम्हाला कल्पना ऐकण्याची आहे की नाही म्हणून
This is a concept. Actually there is no death at all.
मरणाची कल्पना आहे
There is no death at all. Nobody who has experienced death tells you that there is a death to him. The body drops down, but that invisible principle does not tell you that it is dead. Which you entertain always, that something like death is there. And that's what we are heading towards a conceptual death.
जन्माचा काय अनुभव आहे तुम्हाला
You have accepted this.
तुम्हाला अनुभव नाही आहे
What is the validity of your birth and death? Have you the experience of birth at the time of birth? And also have you the experience of death, that you are talking of death? You have not knowingly experienced birth. You are told that you were born. How?
मानव दुसरा कोण ऐकलं ते बाबा बघू माझा जन्म झाला
After that so-called birth, 2-3 years later, the child is informed that this is your birth, this is your birthday. And child implicitly accepts that the child was born.
तेच तू आहे तेच नाही एवढं बोल जन्म समजायला आली आहे
Yes, to I, yes, to
तेच नाही तेच तू आहे
Presently now I understand this way. Whatever that birth stamp is imposed on, whatever that principle on which this birth stamp is imposed that it is born, presently you are that. And in due course, you are not that. You also say that I was not. This I am this business was not. Say 100 years back. You say I was not. Means this I amness was not. Who can say that? Unless you. Which was not I am.
माया 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 मधला पुत्र आहे वस्तू तुम्ही नाही आहे तेव्हा ज्ञान होते
I am I.
पण मधला पुत्र आहे म्हणत वस्तू तुम्ही नाही पाहिजे
He says in the world, normally we talk that I am born or these are my parents, they are my relatives, etc. In actuality, nothing is. But for our communication and worldly purpose, it's all right. You say I am born. my parents and my relatives, all right. But in actuality, nothing is. In the highest and
मुंबई ज्याचं भाव आलो आहे त्याच्यात ते आल्या पाहिजे.
this I amness is the taste. I amness is the taste. The feeling I am is an outcome of that so-called birth. Perhaps that I amness was not felt, but still I was there.
आंब्याचं
हो काही नाही. हा.
आंबटाने करू
हो.
हळूहळू वाटतं तुम्ही वाढला नसतो म्हणून
गोड.
तयार होतो म्हणजे त्याला कुठून मारून मग कसं हे खूप म्हणजे काय नवला म्हणजे कोणी निवडा हवे माणसं असावं त्या आता भागात गुण निर्माण होत गेला ज्ञान निर्माण होत गेलं वाढलं कोणी का शिकवलं लोकांना पण शिकवलं जगाला पण शिकवलं खायला पण शिकवलं तो बुद्ध नाही झालं लोकांना शिकवलेलं ना हे ओळखायचं आहे होते कोणाला शिकवून निर्माण झालं असं झालं आपल्या आंबाचं सगळ्या प्रकारचं निर्माण झालं कोणत्या
महाराज आपण एक शिकवता कोणाकडनं काही शिकवू नका एवढं शिकवता.
आपल्या म्हणतो
This is very basic, very fundamental what he says.
Yes.
He says, I have nothing to comment on the concept which Buddha has communicated.
Yes.
Because we cannot comment, because finally whatever you talk is a comment. So I have no comments to make on the concept which he has propounded or propagated. He says, now what is Buddha? You come down again to the child principle, birth principle, principle that is conceived. That principle alone, later on the child was told that you are born, and spontaneously it developed into a Buddha. It's the child ignorant principle only. Nobody taught him that you do this or you don't do. Because that principle abided in spontaneity. Spontaneously it developed into that highest state. There is no question of doing anything, but to abide in the spontaneity, to subside into spontaneity. Therefore understand and just be. To be means to be in spontaneity. So this is to be understood. No path, no doing. If at all you say to be is a doing, it's okay. But just be. Actually to be means doing nothing. That is you are spontaneous.
मला असते होते पण जेवढे होते मी होते
Now, my being, I am. Is it there because somebody tries to preserve it, conserve it? By its own nature, it is. It continues its journey of existence.
अमुक आमचा माझ्या काळा गेला त्याला विकून आम्ही काय माहिती झालं साठवून मला मी मला सांभाळून ठेवत नाही मला पण सांभाळून ठेवत नाही मला पण दर्शन कोण ठेवलेलं नाही मी माझं दर्शन केलेलं नाही त्याला म्हणजे कोणाला लहान मोठा मला घराची कल्पना पसंत झाली ते द्या कोणाला जी कल्पना पसंत झाली ते त्यांचे देव देवत आम्ही द्या त्याचं लहान नाही
Again the same principle, you see, spontaneously the conception has taken place, 9 months as fetus in the womb, the delivery, the child, the knowingness, everything is spontaneous. Understand this spontaneity.
Yes.
He says, I am not born because I wanted to be born. I have played no efforts, I did no efforts for my preservation, for my continuation of existence. It is spontaneously going on.
Yes.
So without doing anything, whatever I am that.
बस आदमी लोगे तुम्हाला लाभ संपत्ती लोक प्राप्त
Now he is touching his I state, that is called I state. With reference to that, I am is there and I am also not, that birth principle. Now he is referring to I am not principle. When I am not, I amness was not, whatever state prevailed, it is the eternal state. To that he is referring. From that standpoint he says. From that standpoint, which is my eternal state, eons have come and gone. There have been so many universes, so many creations, so many dissolutions, but I remain untouched. Dissolution means total dissolution. Nothing was left. So when nothing was left, how the world was again created? Because I still prevailed. The stigma of dissolution never touched me. I am that immortal, eternal state. Therefore I criticize nobody. I denounce nobody. I appreciate nobody. Because my state is that. Prior to I am. It is difficult for people to understand what I am driving at. Because that's a state, that no I am state, is beyond preservation, because it never exists.
Yes.
Then let us call it I am state. Even this I am state, I am not trying to preserve. It has appeared, this I amness with birth, and it will continue spontaneously its existence for a certain period of time. And in due course, that I amness will descend. But my
9th December 1980 morning.
What is the dream state of a Jivan Mukti? Ordinary people have all kind of dreams all the time.
you want to know what kind of dreams a Jivan Mukta has.
Yes.
जीवन मुक्ताला कशा तऱ्हेची स्वप्न पडतात. जीवन मुक्ताला जीवन म्हणजे काय? Maharaj said, what do you mean by जीवन? You said जीवन मुक्त.
A self-realized person.
तो मुक्त झालेला माणूस. तुम्ही नवीन का समजता? जीवन म्हणजे चैतन्य आपण Maharaj said, जीवन is consciousness, this beingness, this love of being. So, Maharaj says, so Jivan Mukta is no longer an individual. Jivan Mukta, so he was not an Mukta. So he is freedom itself. So how can he have it? So there is a question of a dream. Dream, an individual can have a dream. So the two वाले मुक्त है कि अभी मुक्त है कि नहीं वाले मुक्त है कि नहीं तो वो मुक्त है कि नहीं जीवन के he said all the five elements are freedom itself and the functioning is in the five elements, so the functioning itself is freedom and we are the freedom, we are the manifestation, the functioning, we are the functioning. He said, the misconception is that you consider Jivan Mukta as an individual. That is where the misconception arises. So he said, there is no question of Mukta or Baddha. This is the nature of the essence of the five elements. is this beingness, this love of being.
એટલે આપણે ધ્યાન છે બધા માથે વળગી ગયો. વિચાર કરતા કરતા.
All the thinking takes place at the level of the individual. That is the body-mind combination. So that's where the trouble arises.
Consciousness and awareness.
You listen to what you mean by awareness. We are the practice of this. We don't know what he means by awareness. Right?
Unconsciousness like
Awareness. Consciousness means आपण जाणे. आणि awareness आपण शुद्ध जाणे. विश्रांती. हा. Maharaj, consciousness is this beingness which is active. When consciousness plunges into rest, it is awareness. But consciousness is no longer functioning. When consciousness is at rest, it is awareness.
तुम्हाला महाजन डॉक्टर उत्तम संधान तुम्ही काय आहे त्याच्या वाने बोलता. तुम्हाला काय भोगावं लागतं भगवानची अकस्मात त्याच्या मला महाजन
Maharaj says he will not accept any questions which are based on the body mind. He only talks about consciousness or the beingness which has come about spontaneously without anyone's asking.
What is the void?
What is the void? Void means शून्यता. शून्यता म्हणजे काय? शून्यता म्हणजे
विसरला तरी विसरला आपण आहे ते विसरला विसरला तरी विसरला.
Now it means one is not conscious of one's presence and that is he has forgotten something. So yes, he has forgotten the fact that he has forgotten. That is void.
Forgotten what?
That he has forgotten.
कोणाला उत्तर वगैरे मिळणार नाही. इकडे जसं आहे त्याच्या ऐका.
Maharaj says you will get to know exactly what is, not what you expect to hear.
आपल्याला कोण आपण विचारू पुढे विचारलं तरी विचारणार.
Maharaj says,
आहे की नाही.
Maharaj says, I am present. I have this consciousness of being present. Then I forget that I am present. And then the absence of this forgetfulness, that forget what I have forgotten, that is void.
तुम्ही देव देव भोग आणि त्याच्या मोजावर मोडपा.
He said, we talk on the basis of an individual presence. But as an individual, that is the problem. And he will not accept that.
भोगाच्या लक्षात तुम्हाला आम्ही सोडून दिला आम्ही नाही.
And we want explanation based on this individual, as an individual. That is not difficult to accept.
In other words, don't accept duality.
मग द्वैत भाव घ्यायचाच नाही असं आपण म्हणता येईल.
द्वैत म्हणजे आपण आहे की आपल्याला कोण आपण सर्वात
हो. So he said this duality arises when one is conscious of one's presence.
आता नाही म्हणजे आपल्याला कोण काही घेऊन झाली.
Maharaj says, I am. And I know that I am present. That means the duality has come.
आपण आहे आपल्याला
I am and I am not conscious of being present. That is duality. When I am conscious that I am present, there is duality.
आपल्याला कोणते एक बोलणं पण नाही का.
I am is assume that we give number one to that which I am. Then I am conscious that I am. That is number two, second stage. and therefore duality.
So the same thing, I am that, also is duality, no? I am that.
I am that, मी ते आहे हे सुद्धा मग द्वैतच आलं.
उपरे शास्त्रीय होतं कसं नाही आपलं म्हणून त्याला द्वैत म्हणतो आपण द्वैत नाही आपण द्वैत नाही भाषेमध्ये शब्द घेतो द्वैत नाही.
Actually, there is only one. There is essentially no duality. But when this consciousness is present, then the sense of duality is there. The sense of duality is there, but actual duality there is none.
Maharaj says, where is a man, he is a realized man who has discovered realization. Very rare realized man. It's very rare, isn't it? Well, there are thousands of them.
You want to figure out whether a realized person is a rarity or ज्ञान झालेला जसं ज्ञान झालेला मनुष्य
ज्ञान ज्ञान होत नाही ज्ञान ज्ञानाला ज्ञान होत नाही ज्ञान म्हणजे ज्ञानच आहे भाषा आहे ज्ञान झालेला.
It is only a means of communication. For a word that we say a man is realized. Actually, nobody gets realized. There is only pure knowledge. It is only a way of saying.
आपण ज्ञान अवघड
The knowledge has realized that it is knowledge. That is all that happens.
काय नव्हे आपण संपलं नव्हे आपण ज्ञान
I am not the body, I am not the word. So when knowledge realizes this knowledge, it is known as self-realization.
The question of statistics. Statistics did not reach you.
Actually, no entity is realized. It is only knowledge realizes that it is knowledge.
एकदम
Oh, evaluative.
He says, this you made because of the memory of the knowledge you heard last time. Is it so? Otherwise, who will make it, he says? Because you remember probably Maharaj and whatever he told you, that's why you made it. Otherwise, who will make it?
My hands made it.
माझ्या हाताने केलं म्हणजे
You will have to pattern it. Just bring down. Just bring down.
you have to patterning first. Would you like to know more about the knowledge by asking questions?
The first time I come, my mom was very much impressed. And if I'm allowed to quiet for a while, because, it's the big impression to come to that game for me.
That Maharaj is giving us is for nannies. This knowledge is given us for intellectual people. What happened to very simple men that wants to know this? He's not able to comprehend with his mind. How can he?
आपण जे सांगता ते साधारण बुद्धीच्या माणसाला जाणणं शक्यच नाही. तेव्हा त्याने काय करावं? He can do bhajan music and pray and meditate and do bhajan music.
तुम्ही त्याला ध्यान म्हणता हे ज्ञान तुम्ही त्याला ध्यान म्हणता हे ज्ञान आहे हे ध्यानाचे फरक होईल आम्हाला बोल कसं बोल
By meditation, the knowledge which is immature will gradually grow into maturity.
But 1,000 years ago, people were primitive. This knowledge must have been also 1,000 of years ago. No? They were very primitive people. The stone-age people, they cannot understand this. So this knowledge must be recent, only for developed mind.
तुम्ही हजारो वर्षापूर्वी लोक रानटी असणार, जंगली असणार, आणि हे ज्ञान तर हजारो वर्षाचं आहे.
सनातन ज्ञान आहे.
हा तेच असतं. जंगली वगैरे लोक होते हजारो वर्षापूर्वी असं
त्यांच्या जागेप्रमाणे ते त्याला कार्याचं ज्ञान होतं. त्यांचे पैसे लायकीप्रमाणे. आता सुद्धा कोणाला ज्ञान होतं जे काय शिकतो आहे त्याच्या लायकीप्रमाणे शिकतो.
whether people were primitive or civilized, even if people are civilized, everyone doesn't understand this. So even in those days, there must have been some people to whom this knowledge did appeal, and they instinctively understood this.
2,000-3,000 वर्ष.
The people that were the Vedas or the Upanishad, no? Those are the people that can taught this knowledge for the first time, no? People that were the Upanishad.
Not for the first time. Vedas also have.
हे उपनिषद वगैरे झाले ते सुद्धा हजारो वर्षापूर्वीचे, किंवा थोड्या लोकांना हे मान्य.
पर्याय निर्माण झालेले आहे. हे हजार वर्ष बोलू शकत.
It has only changed its face. But the knowledge is.
हजार वर्ष बोलू शकतो.
This knowledge which has been always existing, Sanatana, it is not new, it was not created, it is always there. Only thing is, people gradually came to know, and what they know came to know instinctively, they try to express over a period. The knowledge itself has always been there.
दुनिया बाहेर गेलाय ना, संस्कृता पलीकडे गेलेला आहे. त्यांना आपला उद्योग आपण निर्वाह करू नये. बरोबर आहे. ज्ञान हे करा बघू.
महाराज एक कॉलेज मधला विद्यार्थी इकडे आला होता ज्ञान ऐकायला, सुधीर ते मला माहिती आहे त्याचं नाव. आता
पाच वेगळं निर्माण करू.
आणि दुसरं एक काल ऐकलं महाराज, सत्यसाहेबाला विचारलं म्हणे, एखादं म्हणे विडीचं दुकान आहे. काय माझ्या बहिणीने सांगितलं.
दुनिया आहे, काय आहे. आपल्याला प्रसंग कसला आहे, आपल्याकडे भांडवल काय आहे, आपल्याला पर्यंत कशात आहे, कोणत्या प्रमाणात आपण आपण चालू जगाच्या बाहेर हळूहळू का होईल, पण आपण तुझ्या ज्ञानात सहयोग करा. मग ते ज्ञान काय कसं आहे तुम्हाला कळेल. मला दिसतो
Earlier, Maharaj said he never invites anybody to listen to his knowledge, because most people will not understand it, and they should carry on their normal lives. And at the same time now, he says, and yet it is so simple. People think of all kinds of things, but basically, if they would only think, what is it that they are born with? What is the only thing that they are born with? The only thing that they are born with, Maharaj calls it the capital, is this knowledge I am, I exist, I am present, this conscious presence, that nobody has to give them. They are born with. This is the basic capital they are born with. So they must try to let that grow, and that can only grow if one thinks of it and turns to that instead of letting the mind go out. That is the only thing that is to be done. Let that knowledge sprout into whatever it really is.
Why is it that India seems to be the cradle of this knowledge? No other country in the world has this knowledge. Why?
हे असं का, ते भारतामध्येच असं सगळं ज्ञान भरलेलं आहे, हे ज्ञान भारतामध्येच का, असं का होतं, असं काय झालेलं आहे.
असं काय नाहीये. ते सुद्धा ते नाना विभाग आहे, तर प्रत्येक भागामध्ये वेगवेगळे प्रकार निर्माण होतात.
Maharaj says, he said that it is not really so. This manifestation is the expression of the absolute, and the manifestation may take various forms in various parts of the country. So where it takes what kind of expression is immaterial. Basically, all the manifestation is the expression of the absolute.
ते सत्यसाई बाबांना हाच प्रश्न विचारला होता. ते म्हणाले की मलबारला नारळ होतात,
हिमालयावर का होत नाही
तसं. हा, हिमालयावर काय नाही होत, तसं हिंदुस्थानात
त्याला कायदा घ्यायचा.
Maharaj said there is no rhyme or reason for it. There is no cause and effect. It is certain things grow in certain places. So if there is no reason why one thing should be in one place and why not in another place. But the point to be noted is that all the manifestation is an expression of the Absolute. And the Absolute is immanent in everything that we manifest.
इंग्लिश का होता आणि तिकडे स्वतःबद्दलचे नाही.
ते दोन निर्माण होतो. काही म्हणतो साधे निर्माण होतो. काही म्हणजे सजीव निर्माण होतो. काही म्हणजे काय निर्माण होतो. बाकी निर्माण होतो. ते या भूमीत नाही निर्माण होतो. या भूमीत साधे सुवर्ण अपडेट त्याच्या भूमीमध्ये या भूमीत या भूमीतला नसामध्ये ज्ञान निर्माण होतो.
Maharaj says, you find gold in certain places, some other metals in some other places, some kind of vegetation in other places. So he says, knowledge grows in this land.
आमच्या भारत भूमीमध्ये आत्मज्ञान निर्माण होतो. असं केलं का मध्ये भारत भूमीचा रजा म्हणून
He says, Maharaj says, knowledge grows in the essence of the five elements in this particular land. No reason why.
तुमच्याकडून मला काय पाहिजे बघा. हो तुमच्याकडे मला काय पाहिजे. तुमच्याकडे मला काय पाहिजे. तुमच्याकडे जे खास ओळख प्रामाणिक ओळख हे
He said, Maharaj said, for the rest of the thing there is no manifestation, there is no reason. Only find out what one is for oneself. He said, that is what is to be found. What one is, that is to be found out by oneself. No one else can do it. One must find out one's true nature by oneself.
But you go, give those push.
हे आपण स्वतःच पाहायचं आहे, पण गुरु जरा ढकलतात पुढे म्हणून.
गुरु म्हणजे आता मूळ सनातन जाणता
महाराज
माणसाचा माणूस नाही.
Maharaj says, Guru is not one individual that you think you are, and another individual like the Guru. He says, that is not so. Yeah.
रामदास गुरु आहे गुरु.
He said, this place is full of Gurus. He said, those are not the Gurus.
चैतन्याला चैतन्य कसं निर्माण होते याचा जाणतो
Guru is the knower of this consciousness, which is temporary. So the changeless knower of this temporary consciousness, that is the real Guru.
So each person is being guru.
Each person.
Don't say person now. The knower of consciousness you cannot say person.
प्रत्येक माणूस त्याचाच गुरु आहे.
माणूस म्हणजे खरंच नाही. प्रत्येक माणसाची ज्ञान घेतो.
He said, don't think in terms of the person. Think in terms of the sentience within that body.
पण जन्माला विचार तिकडे बोलावलो किती शब्द झाला. तर कोणता दुखत गेला ऋतमा जाता नाही.
So he said, don't think in terms of something which is of a lower thing, that is the body. Think in terms of the sentience, the beingness, the consciousness.
मळवलं देहाच्या मळ्याने मळवलं.
असं मला त्रास होतो आहे. बाळमासिकांचे माझं जीवन काय झालं आहे. देवा भक्त दोन्ही नाही. मनुष्याच्या दोन्ही नाही. ब्रह्मा माया दोन्ही नाही. हे माझं जीवन झालं. ब्रह्माचं काय नाही. तो त्याला ओळखतो, तो त्याला करतो माणसांचं कसं राहिलं. Maharaj आणि तुम्हाला पावला कोण बोललोय
Maharaj says, understand this curious situation. We said, whilst I am talking to you, there is unbearable pain, suffering in the body. One. Two, I have understood very firmly that there is no there are no individuals separate from one another. There is no knowledge separately as worldly knowledge and spiritual knowledge. There is no guru, there is no shishya, there is no guru and pupil. There is no God and there is no devotee. There is no devotee. You see, in other words, he says, I am convinced that there are no opposites. They may be opposite, but they are a polaristic duality. They are not two separate parts, they are two parts of the same one. I am convinced of that. There is nothing but unicity. And yet you say, I am talking to you. As, in other words, we accept it as knowledge, and I give it as knowledge. We say, understand this amusing factor.
पण जरा लेखक आदर नाही एक आदर नाही
Those who come here, I respect. But those who don't come here, I do not disrespect them. मैं त्याचं इन्व्हिटेशन काय मी नाही हो हो हो
तुम्हाला
असं नाहीये आहे कसं
हो वरदाई नाही
9th December 1980 morning session continued. वरदाई नाही
बोलण्याच्या अगोदर शब्दात ज्ञान नाही
हो
बोलण्यापूर्वी शब्दाचं ज्ञान नाही
बोलणाऱ्याला बोलण्यापूर्वी शब्दाचं ज्ञान नाही
वंडरफुल व्हेरी गुड This part I would say, he said about the books, he was telling Maharaj what we were talking about. So as far as possible, verbatim faithful translation is being prepared into a book now. So what Maharaj said, it should be like that, because if anybody fabricates something and adds something through his mind and intellect into the book, it will not be paying. Paying spiritually, it will not be worthwhile. Then he said, whatever talks emanate out of him, they spontaneously emanate. Prior to the emanation of the words, there is no meaning fabricated inside, and that is being delivered. Spontaneously it comes out into words, straight into words. There is no part played by the mind in preparing, in cooking something. Direct spontaneity. No, your question is to go. What? Sickness, suffering.
Yes. The question is about suffering. What suffers? And that we explained.
दुःख होतं ते कुणाला दुःख होतं आणि कसं दुःख होतं याच्याबद्दल आपण
जाणीवापासून जाणीवेपर्यंत असणार जाणीव नाही करून दुःख नाही
Maharaj says there will be unhappiness felt only so long as the consciousness is there. When the consciousness is not there, there is no pain. There is no suffering.
मला कायचा दुःख म्हणून सांगतो मी कायचा दुःख नाहीये माझ्या जाणीव
He said the pain that he feels is only ostensibly a physical pain. What it is the consciousness which feels the pain. The pain is in the consciousness, pain in consciousness.
in the I am. This part, you see. The I am.
The consciousness. I am is the body.
Yes, the manifestation. Such fear of death because of the annihilation, the unknown.
मृत्यूचं एवढं भय का असते? मृत्यू म्हणजे काय माहित नसल्यामुळे भय असते.
प्रेमामुळे
Because of the love for being.
Love for being.
Being. There is love for consciousness. It is because of the love for being. That is why there is fear.
This is what makes us,
Afraid of that.
but it also makes us look for
Look for truth.
the love of being. We're seeking being. We're seeking the source of being. Also, that same love of being makes us fear. Yes.
आत्मप्रेम तेच आम्हाला आता इथे येऊन काय आहे ते बघण्याचं सुद्धा ते आत्मप्रेमच आहे. म्हणजे ते चौपाई दाखवते तेही आत्मप्रेमच आहे. He said, yes. Both are. In a way, you yourself have replied the question. Why you have come here? To know the unknown. You have the fear of death because of the unknown. And what is he telling you? He is telling you everything, the story of the unknown. So when that unknown is known to you, there will be no fear.
It just becomes
Fine. The word consciousness. What you mean by consciousness, what we mean by consciousness. By consciousness, we mean the absolute. Pure consciousness and nothing else. No?
तुमचं कॉन्शियसनेस म्हणजे आपण जाणीव म्हणतो हे काय ते समजून घ्यायला म्हणतोय. तो म्हणतो जाणीव म्हणजे त्याचा अर्थ असा की परब्रह्माचं.
तो असल्याचे प्रेम हे खूप धार्मिक आणि ही सगळी नावं त्याचे नाव पसंतलेले आहेत. तुला अपेक्षा आहे तो असल्याच्या प्रेमाची आपली राणीची अपेक्षा मी सगळ्याची अपेक्षा आहे. सदाचाराची अपेक्षा आहे.
This consciousness as it is moved here is the sense of being present, the sense of being alive, sense of existence, the sense of being present, this conscious presence. That is what, and it is the love of this conscious presence which makes us want any number of things in this world. It is this love of conscious, love of being, which is the source and the cause of all the wanting and desire.
Then that's the low point, consciousness. When you think about that consciousness, it's a low one.
मग हे असं जर आहे तर मग ही जाणीव म्हणजे उच्च दर्जाची नाहीये.
हक्का म्हणजे म्हणणं जाणलेला दर्जा नाही.
There is no high or low, there is no status or degree of status for consciousness.
So consciousness is not the ultimate reality.
मग हे जाणीव आहे म्हणजे ते खरंच सत्य नव्हे. सत्य नव्हे म्हणतो जाणीव.
सत्य म्हटलं तर जाणवेच ना.
अंतिम सत्य नव्हे.
जाणवेच ना बनणार.
But it is only this consciousness of beingness which can say this. Who else can say it? Saying that the beingness is not the ultimate.
Yeah.
Who can say it other than the consciousness?
सतत आतमध्ये जाणीव म्हणजे आरामाला म्हणजे मूळ लोक काय आणि जाणीशिवाय कोणी ब्रह्म नाही. तुम्ही त्याला द्यायला विकून करता. जाणलेला विकून करणार तुम्ही द्या घेऊ. ज्ञान जगातल्या सार्वजनिक लोकांना त्याला पोटाच्या निर्वाहाबद्दल सगळं पाहिजे.
Maharaj said, this kind of knowledge that we are seeking and we are getting is not meant for the man in the street. What the knowledge that he is concerned with is something which will be of use to him in the world. This kind of knowledge is of no use to him. Ultimate is that in which consciousness ultimately merges in rest.
बाद का होता मानव नहीं समझो जाने
हो
क्या मानव क्या मानव
later. Consciousness then was after no. He said the consciousness is first. Thereafter the thought which is expressed in words. So all that the thought and the words can arise only through consciousness. So the base of the start of the thing is consciousness.
Waves in the sea. Sea in the waves, right?
Even पाणी आणि त्याच्यात मग लाटा पाणी आणि त्याच्यावर लाटासारखं आहे
I'm clear that objects are nothing other than consciousness. Objects are nothing other than consciousness. I don't understand that.
या सगळ्या वस्तू जगातल्या दिसतात त्या आणि जाणीव म्हणजे दोन नाही जाणीव म्हणजेच वस्तू दिसतात त्या
पंचमुखे इंग्रजी भाषेत पंचमुखामध्ये सगळ्या गोष्टी
पण त्यांचं म्हणणं हे एकच आहे का तर हे समजत नाही जाणीव आणखी या वस्तू ज्या दिसतात म्हणजे
जाणे लोकांमध्ये काय की दोन आहे
तुम्हाला then there be any object.
I don't have this consciousness. I have no objects.
No object. So it's only when the consciousness arises that you perceive the objects.
I perceive in consciousness. Object I perceive in consciousness.
Objects are appearances in consciousness.
मागितली तर राजा राज्य आणि सैन्याशिवाय राजा होऊ शकेल का राजा म्हणजे सगळं झालं राज्य सहित
Earlier he had said, you try to understand anyone. Give an example.
Yes.
You call it king. Can the king be without his kingdom? King means together with the kingdom the king is.
Yes.
Like his consciousness means together with the manifest world of yours is your consciousness.
When I came last time, I spoke quite a lot. Afterwards, I felt I forgot all these things, but something remained, something that was happening on another level.
another level.
Yeah. And I don't know why I've come back. Because intellectually I don't feel like, but I have the intimate feeling to have been brought to it.
So you were questioning why you are brought here.
I would like to know what is going on.
मागच्या वेळी मी आली होती
हे जे काय आहे ते समोर जगाचं कार्य करत आहे हे जे काय आहे ते जगाचं कार्य करत आहे मला मी कधी जाणवत नव्हतं की असणार की जाणवत आली मी आकार घेतला तो दाखवतो तो कोणता कळलेलं नाही माझं अस्तित्व नाही झालं माझं अस्तित्व असून ते व्यवस्थित असून सुद्धा मला जाणवत नव्हतं जाणवली मला असे जाणवत कार्य कारण
Maharaj says that which remained after the mind had forgotten what you had heard here, and that which has brought you here is the same thing which is carrying on the business of the world. He said, I didn't know I was. Then the consciousness arose. And what I am became a thought. What was without a thought? What was without consciousness? I became conscious that I am. And along with that consciousness, simultaneously, in a split second, the entire manifestation took place. And the manifestation is going on. The phenomena are going on. Millions of forms are created in this world. It is that very thing which has brought you here. And that very thing which remained after your mind had forgotten.
is that remains, you say, that thing that remains, is it going to be more and more present?
More and more pleasant.
Present.
Present. More and more present.
I mean, stronger and stronger.
हे जे आहे ते आणखीन आता जास्त आणि जास्त प्रभाव आणि दृढ होत जाईल का? हो. He said that which will get more and more powerful is merely the conviction getting stronger and stronger about you. What else is it? Identity.
But I'm afraid I don't catch it.
हे समजलं नाही, आता सांगितलं समजलं नाही, एकदम नाही समजलं. He said you won't really understand it straight away because it is what you can understand is only at the mental level. म्हणजे काय पाण्याची बनलेली आहे, पण मग काय पाणी बनवणार नाही. हो हो असं आहे, काय पाण्याची बनलेली आहे. पाण्याची काय बनवता येत नाही, पाणी बनवता येत नाही, काय पाणी बनवता येत नाही. जाणायचं आहे, तुम्ही बघायला जाऊ नका.
He says, you know, whatever that principle that drove you here, actually there is no cause and effect, that's he said. It is spontaneous happening, there is no cause and effect. That principle you are only. You are, but not knowing you are. That you areness was not there, but that principle was you only. You follow?
Don't try to.
That principle you only as absolute. Now what you said, getting more and more stronger means presently your identity somewhere between body, mind, intellect, somewhere it is there, we don't know. Wherever it might be. Now you are getting, when you get stabilized in your true identity, that is absolute, that is getting more stabilized, that is understanding more, or what it means stronger means getting stabilized in your true identity. But you only, nothing else.
But that's strength.
And then he said, this is to be understood. Merely to be understood. Don't try to convert physically anything. He said, now my body is an outcome of water, 5 elemental play. Out of water, the vegetation, out of vegetation, food and body, etc. No, I can't take it back into water state. This cannot be converted or transferred into water. I have to understand all this process.
But isn't every minute of the life and every experience, every event that is happening, isn't it a mean to, well, to challenge your power? I mean, to find that strength through the events of the life.
You mean all the events of the life happening?
Are these when you face a situation, isn't this situation the tool to make you
Understand yourself.
understand yourself and to
हे जगामध्ये जे काय जे होत असतं, प्रसंग जे होत असतात, त्याच्यामुळे मी माझं स्वरूप जास्त दृढ होईल का समजून घेण्याकरता.
समजणारे कोणते कळलं पाहिजे, समजते कोणाचे कळलं पाहिजे.
What you have to understand is that you which tries to understand something. You are trying to understand something. You have to understand that you, not the incidents.
कोणाला समजते, घरोघरी समजते, हे समजलं म्हणजे समजलं.
Real and unreal. Who understands? You understand something. This is real. This is unreal. You understand, isn't it? You must understand what is that you. The understander of real and unreal.
yes, but that understander is still a part of the mind.
पण हे समजून घेणारं जे आहे ते मनाचाच भाग आहे म्हणून.
What's your name? It's a mundane kind.
Don't use the mind.
Only you.
Yeah.
Well, when you are conscious, there is a part of the mind who is conscious of the other
Yeah.
part.
No, between the mind, you know the mind also. He said, don't use the word mind. Don't use the. But who knows? The mind also you know, isn't it? He that you.
Is it what Maharaj calls awareness? Is that it?
Maharaj never used that word.
Mind to be some attention key.
The power of the I am.
Over.
Yes. Well, we said. Remember how that? We spoke of the I am and we said that you can call the power. So I would like to know if when we speak of communication, is the communication between the human beings real when they recognize that power of the I am?
You better confine your questions.
Yeah, that's what you mean. You couldn't ask questions if you are not concerned.
Directly about you, your identity.
आमचं एकच होणार नाही. तुझं नवं शब्द एक होणार आहे. एकदा शक्तीने तू एकच
Whatever that power and you are is same. Consciousness and you are is same. And that is energy.
Yes. But when you are with someone, if you don't have a relationship on the mental level, if you on the feel level,
Fear level.
the film, you know what I mean. Of your personality.
You want to find out when you know. Why do you worry about that? He's asking. It is not your business. It is the concern of the consciousness. You leave it to consciousness.
मनाच्या गोष्टी बघते.
You are asking concerning the mind.
तिच्या मनाला काय वाटते ते नाही. तिच्या मनाला काय वाटते ते नाही. स्वतःच्या नाही गोष्टी मनात नाही.
He said, now whatever you have written that consciousness is power. It is what your mind assessed. He says whatever you have written is according to the dictates of the mind. See, first you have to be that I am consciousness. You have to abide in that consciousness. When you are the consciousness, you will realize that vital breath is yourself, language is yourself, everything is yourself.
तो प्राण्याची जवळ पाहिजे मनाची जवळ पाहिजे या लोकांना
Then you will realize that you are consciousness means the vital breath also. You are means the language or the mind also, but not the body.
Yes. Even the body.
Appears.
Yes.
They have disto म्हणे. They have disto म्हणे. We say it's the food. Body is the food on which the I amness is sustained. Like the fuel for the flame. The knowledge I am, consciousness, is sustained by the body.
I am. We can never lose that.
एकदा मीही जाणीवेत फसल्यावर मग त्यातनं काही पुन्हा हरवायचं नाही तुम्हाला. When you are the I am, you are everything.
Then we are liberated, but you get mukti.
No.
No?
म्हणजे मुक्ती जर मिळाली का मला? म्हणजे मुक्ती मिळाली?
बोला ना.
Then at that stage, liberation to whom?
मुक्ती झाली मुक्ती करा.
At that stage, you are no more a personality, an individual. So when there is no individual or a personality, liberation to whom? Oh. The moment you are dissociated from this conditioned body, you are no more an individual. But you are everything. At that stage you are everything. Not an individual. Individual is a conditioned person. When you get the self-knowledge, that means when you are the self-knowledge, everything is the self-knowledge. The entire world and cosmos is in your self-knowledge. Nothing is beyond self-knowledge.
With infinite, there's no more reincarnation, right?
Your merging into infinity is no more incarnation.
No, after that, we need to say there's no more reincarnation. We're not reincarnated anymore.
मग त्याच्यानंतर मला पुनर्जन्म नाही. To whom again? To whom? What is the sample of that which you might have rebirth? What is the sample of that entity? When that entity is everything, having realized the self-knowledge, what is it that going to have rebirth? The self-knowledge, the consciousness, the I amness, you stabilize and you confirm that I am that only, that is the consciousness.
Yes.
Everything is yourself.
Reason why we're born. Only, no other reason.
याच कारणामुळे आम्ही जन्म घेतला का?
नाही भेटला.
No.
No?
ज्ञान आहे तुम्हाला?
Have you the knowledge of the birth?
No.
No. Then why do you accept that responsibility of having been born?
You identify with the body when you are born, but you are not the body. Then who is born?
After 2 or 3 years, a piece of information is given to you that you were born on such and such a day,
Yes.
and then you accept it. Oh, that is my birthday. I was born. But you have no direct knowledge of your being born.
ओळखत नाही नसताना तिला ओळखत का
He said, as an infant, as a child, the child first knows its body. When it knows itself, it is.
He is asking, prior to the appearance of the body, did you know about your own existence?
No.
तुमचा अभ्यास तुमच्यापर्यंत पोहोचलाय का विचार? Maharaj is asking whether your study has reached yourself.
एक प्रश्नाचं विचारायचं आहे. मग जगाबो
उभं टिकणं सांगा.
question is our relationship with the world generally is based on humanity. I am different from the world. So if a man has realized how this relationship is changed into unity.
आपला जगाचा when you know that you are, you know that the world is.
अद्वैत कसं होतं ते विचार.
असं होतं.
अद्वैत कसं
अद्वैत कसं काय होतं ते विचार.
मी स्वयं आहे.
Yes, you understand that it is all one. Yourself and the world, they are not different. They are not two. So that you understand that.
त्याने असा एक्सपिरियन्स घेतला. When this reading, really also really have sense of indifference towards God.
ज्याला असा स्वरूपात ज्ञान झाल्यानंतर या जगाबद्दल एक प्रकारचं वैफल्य येईल का? म्हणजे एक वैफल्य म्हणता येईल का?
दुरावा, जगाबद्दल दुरावा म्हणजे संबंध नाही आपला जगाचा, असं काय होईल का? सगळं यू आर वन, केअरलेस, निष्काळजीपणा होईल का जगाबद्दल? यू आर वन विथ इट, सो हाऊ कॅन यू बी इंडिफरंट टू इट? You and world, they are not two. It is all one. So how can there be indifference to the world? The Brahman gets the knowledge of Brahman.
I want to lead this question.
Action.
So how is resulting action? Do you think there is a responsibility towards the world so that you will choose your action?
आपल्या ज्या क्रिया घडतात जगामधल्या, how this the waking state, the sleep state, and your hunger, eating and all that, how these things happen? Similarly, everything happens spontaneously.
Then what is the place of reason and knowledge, not self knowledge, in action as far as this life man is concerned?
कार्य म्हणजे काय, कारण म्हणजे काय? आधी कारण की आधी कार्य?
He's asking him whether the action is first or the reason for the action is first. एकच आहे म्हणतात, दोन्ही एकच आहे. Cause and effect.
रिझन या शब्दाचं ट्रान्सलेशन एक्झॅक्टली जमलं.
कॉज घ्या, रिझन म्हणजे मेंटल
जगता येईल का? महत्व काय म्हणजे निवड करून बाबूला जगता येईल. हे सगळं आहे, भारतीय आमच्या निवड करून खाल्लं पाहिजे, वापरलं पाहिजे.
What is the place for discrimination? Maharaj says that if you don't understand what is proper and improper, can you survive? So this is food, this is stone. Can you not distinguish between the two? Otherwise, how will you survive? You will eat stone instead of taking the food. So that discrimination is required. हो, तेच सांगतो इंग्लिश मध्ये. हा, स्वरूपज्ञान झाल्यानंतर सगळं आपोआप होतं का क्रियाशीलपणे, म्हणजे विचार करून होतं?
जेव्हा तुम्हाला आकार आपल्या आला की मग घडवला.
Now he is going right to the source. When the body was formed, did you use your intelligence to grow? Initially, how it happened? Everything happened spontaneously, isn't it? It is like that only. It happens like that in the case of a realized.
This thing didn't happen. The gathering of knowledge, learning process.
प्रयत्न करून ज्ञानाचा जमाव जो आहे, संस्कार. By whatever impressions you carried, according to that you had collected knowledge, he says. That also without any effort. Have you put in any effort in that? Can you say that you have put in any effort in that? If you identify yourself with the body, then you feel that you have put in some effort. But otherwise, if you take yourself as a consciousness, then there is no effort. Everything is spontaneous.
करायचं कार्य कसं होईल, दुसऱ्यांना मदत वगैरे काय करणं वगैरे.
पुन्हा ओळखून घे.
If you understand yourself properly, everything will be in order.
ज्याला आपण वेगळं ज्ञान बोलतो,
संस्काराने होतं म्हणून. Or then the worldly and all the activities will happen spontaneously.
काय करतोय? हे घर किती आहे आपण एवढं घर बुजवून नाही.
He says your knowledge you are, or that consciousness itself is the most profound. To find out that, to know what it is, all the people are putting in effort. Yogis and all medicant and all, so many people in the world, they are trying to find out that exactly what it is, and they are undergoing so much physical suffering to find out that. So there is nothing more profound than that knowledge.
एक गावांमध्ये जाऊन असेल सोपामध्ये सोपा.
It is also the simplest thing to understand.
मंत्राचा जप आणि सेल्फ नॉलेज याचा संबंध. What is the connection between jap and self. Jap repetition of mantra and self.
परोज्ञान आणि जपाचा उच्चार करणे परत जप करणे
आपली जपलं होण्याकरता त्याच्यात मतलब आहे. आपली जपलं होण्याकरता त्याच्यात मतलब आहे तो जप.
chanting of mantra in the Marathi Sanskrit word is jap. Jap means to care for yourself, to sustain yourself, to look for care for yourself. That's why you are chanting that mantra for nobody else, for yourself.
Does it mean body or
म्हणजे देह म्हणून का मी त्याच्यामध्ये मी कोण जप करणारा कोण देह काम
तो जो आहे
it is not the body, it is you.
तो जो आहे कोण नाही.
Other than you there is nothing.
कोण नाही.
That is one who is chanting is not other than you.
ज्ञान काळात ज्ञान रूप आहे हे लक्षात ठेव.
All the time you take yourself as that knowledge or that consciousness. Don't identify yourself with the body.
मुलं एक महात्मा होता तिला ओळखीचा होता आपण मला ज्ञान देवाचं म्हणतात. असं ते ज्ञान गेलं म्हणजे आता कुठे आहे तो ज्ञान काय आहे. महात्मा आहे की झाडावर कुठला आहे कोण आहे.
Without that consciousness and or that knowledge, indwelling principle, is there anything? Is there a donkey without that? A great Mahatma. We call him Mahatma because that consciousness is there. Without that consciousness, nothing has any meaning.
काय म्हणतो हा नाम लोक आता बाबाबद्दल जाणून टाकलं त्याला जाळला ज्ञानाला जाळला का काय द्यायचं की ज्ञानाला.
Now a great Mahatma, a great sage, while he was living, people were worshipping him. But when that consciousness left that body, they took him and they buried him or they burnt the body. So what they were worshipping, is it the body or that consciousness? Now could you burn that consciousness or could you bury that consciousness? No, consciousness you can't do anything. Once the consciousness leaves the body, then the body has no meaning.
ज्ञान तुला कोणी अजून कसं म्हणतील तुला कोणी आहे.
So long as you know that you are, when the consciousness is there in your body, then only you can say that everything else is. When the consciousness is not there, who will say whether the world is or not?
ज्ञानाचा विभाग अवघड आहे. तुला ज्ञान होईल.
If you know yourself, and when you know yourself, you will come to know that your consciousness contains the whole world.
several times we observe people who are supposed to be right, they generally become inactive.
क्रिया घडत नाहीये. सगळ्यांची क्रिया हाता होत नाही त्यांच्या होतच नाहीये. ते करतात नाही.
He says whether they do anything or not, everything happens because of them only, he says. Because then what they are the whole, everything.
त्याला ओळखून नाही ना.
You identify them with the body because you have that habit yourself. But they are not the body, they are the consciousness. They are the great catalyst. Except the consciousness, what activity is there in the world?
Or he suppose he says that they arrive.
देह मन ह्याच्यामध्ये उत्क्रांती होत राहते कालाप्रमाणे. पण स्वरूप ज्ञानामध्ये सुद्धा उत्क्रांती असते का असं विचारतात.
पदार्थ याच्यामध्ये कमी जाते होणार नाही. पण सर्व ज्ञानामध्ये कळत नाही नाही लोक नाही पण ते कधी होईल.
It is the ultimate. There is no change in that. In your true nature, there is no change. So when there is no change, how do you expect any change, improvement? You can do change. Yes. In the body, of course, in the visible thing, there can be change, but that is invisible. It is without any attributes. How can there be any change in that
Body or mind. So their true self has mind itself. They have got their instrument, body and mind. So does that keep evolving, or they people that this evolution, as far as this world is considered, evolution is complete.
Now you are you starting from getting मन. हे स्वरूप ज्ञानाची साधन आहे. त्यांच्याकडे पण ही साधन आहेत, देह आणि मन. तर स्वरूप ज्ञान झाल्यानंतर सुद्धा त्यांच्या देह आणि मनामध्ये काय उत्क्रांती घडू शकते का? जरूर आहे का त्याची?
अवघड त्यांचं स्वरूप सगळं अवघड झालं ना. अवघड स्वरूप त्या स्वरूपाला जन्म नाही मरण नाही जन्म नाही झालं नाही काय.
When he realizes he becomes one with everything. All the five elements, three gunas, everything. He is one with the whole consciousness and everything. So there is no scope for any evolution.
बोलणार नाही ते.
तो म्हणतो काळा तुला दिसतो तुझ्या लांबून दिसतो तो स्वतः तुझं नाम होऊन म्हणतोय तेव्हा आहे तो आपल्याला काय नाही म्हणतो अरे लाईट काढून बरोबर चंद्राच्या वरचा संपर्क तुला दिसतोय तिथं कमाल होत मग कशाने याला तो करतोय बोला
He said, now, what are you? He wants to tell you. Now you stand in the street and you are in a position to watch the moon. You are so small, but still the moon makes an impression on your consciousness. Or rather, your consciousness reaches the moon. Does your body reach the moon? So because of what? Because of what you have reached the moon? Through the sight or through understanding. It is because of your consciousness that you are.
आपलं स्वरूप काय हे जर जाणायचं असेल तर शांततेची जरूर नाही का विचार शांतता silence but leisure. Both spare time to know, to spend, to dwell on what you are.
That put it very nicely. Spare time means instead of giving your time to thoughts and mind to play with, keep it aside and have some leisure.
And as long as we are occupied with our own thoughts and also job, how can you find spare time or gap where you can have self-love?
ज्या दैनंदिन क्रिया असतात आणि तुमचा जप आहे हे सोडून आणि वेळ कसा मिळेल त्याच्यामध्ये आणखी वेगळा असा वेळ कसा मिळेल
ज्याला जवळ जायचं ना सगळं नाना घेऊन बोलाय
तो व्हायला पाहिजे जे व्यवहार वगैरे त्याच्यामध्ये
व्यवहार ओळखा व्यवहार ओळखणारा मन नाहीये व्यवहार ओळखणारा आत्मा आहे आणि तुमची आपली सगळी वरती करते त्याला कळते का एवढं नमली गेली तसं म्हटलं सगळं जगातला व्यवहार असा आहे तात्या मोठं आहे सोनं मोठं होतं आपली आमचे प्रकाश सगळी किती उंच गेली दिसली आणि मनी बघितली कोणती दिसते तिथं पोचली तिथे तिथं काय आहे या बाजून गेलं पाहिजे तुमच्या देह बुद्धीवर ज्ञान होणार नाही
He said, now, when you are standing in the street, you look at the moon. How is that your eyesight immediately reached? You didn't see your sight proceeding towards the moon. Instantly it is there. See, that is the power of your consciousness, that I amness. You cannot understand or assess its capacity, its potential. See, now your questions are with respect to body, and whenever you observe, you are not that. You are in a position to observe the chaos of the mind. So who is observing? You are observing. So you are apart from the mind.
Portion of it you come to know. All these activities happen because of the Atman, he says, because of the self.
And is to
mind is occupied. Now, that becomes habit. And because of that habit, you are afraid to leave it. Leave with job.
जप जर केला जप केल्यावर आम्हाला यांत्रिक तो जप चालू राहणार एक अभ्यासच होणार जप करायचा आणि त्यामुळे आपल्यामध्ये एक डलनेस सुस्तपणा येईल का glimpse highest jnani. Normally it is called Sahaj Samadhi state. No, he didn't mention our Sahaj Samadhi. A jnani, he is always nivritta. Nivritta means the mind modifications are not there in that state. Mind is not at all there, nor the consciousness. That state is prior to consciousness of that jnani. Even our expressing that state as a jnani looks like a personality. It's not a personality. It's a state only, prior state, the eternal state. But the body is there, you see, and the consciousness is there. But abidance in the nivritta state. Nivritta means no mind modification, no mind flow prior to that. But whenever any problems or any actions needed for the world are required, the whole mantle of consciousness, the whole equipment of consciousness, mind, body start functioning. Again back to nivritta, nirakara.
अपन लोग बात नहीं करो काला
हाँ हाँ
अपन लोग बात नहीं आती आत्मा मुक्त व्यवहार करते
a jnani is always, mostly he is in the state of no message state, no I am state.
Difficult for him to step down.
Spontaneous, he doesn't step down, there's no action, you see. There's no decision.
पोता कलम का जन्म है कलम का वो पोता उल्टो अच्छा पोता में तुम्हारा भाग लोग के नहीं उल्टा कलम का जन्म है क्या बाबा बाकी ने पता नहीं उम्र लोग कुछ हो रहा असल में तो कलम का है पता नहीं अगर हारे ने बोले पता नहीं है तो पता नहीं देखा मैं डाला कि मत कर दूँगा
He is doing this lesson. This is a vrutta. Vrutta means message I am. Vrutta is a message I am. Without words. You know you are. And vritti means the movement, the action, the mind flow and the activities. That is vritti. For the activities of the world, that is vritti. That is the action coming out of the message I am. But this message I am is the product of the worldly article, worldly material, objective. I am nothing.
मेहरबानी करा ये बोले भेजे उसका ऐसा ना अभी जाने ना अंदर में खाना मुझे ना दे बन
How to argue it?
8th December 1980, evening session begins.
December 8th, 1980, evening.
Is that Guru's fond concept?
Yes.
So whatever concept he likes, he gives as mantra.
Right.
Cameron? You feel me tangibly. You look at me. You think I am there. But actually I am not. In my true state I am not. For example, he says, though presently I am in the country of human beings, I don't belong to the human species. Now you are probably say American. You have come to India. Though you are in India, you are not the Indian. Like that. Without that you have no experience.